Good evening. Welcome followers and viewers, and welcome Nurul. Today we urgently make this video to call for protests in front of the Turkish embassy on the 31st of July of this year, 2024, due to the fact that Turkey has been kidnapping, deporting, putting in danger our Turkmen activists. First of all, I would like to call upon Turkey and Turkish government to release our activists. There are so many instances of our activists being abducted and then sent and deported to Turkmenistan. And these are young men mostly. There were women too, but we cannot find the names of the women. But at this point, I will have to just say about the men, the young students mostly. Turkey calls itself our brothers. And at the same time, we don't feel that we have any support from Turkey. We feel as if Turkey has sold us. We feel as if Turkey has forgotten its roots, has forgotten about what Ataturk has done for all of us, for our nations. And Turkey has sold itself to the mankurts. We call them mankurts because they are the sellouts. They sell our motherland, they sell our people, they kill our people, and Turkey is a part of it at this point. It started with Russia, but we all know how repressive and how aggressive Russia is, and we actually call it a terror Russia. Turkey is getting close to becoming an authoritarian regime, as Russia is too. Nurul, if you could also introduce yourself and tell us more what you can share.
Definitely. Thank you very much again for inviting. We raise quite interesting and important issues of all concerns, unfortunately concerns about the state of democracies, about the politics, about the geopolitics, things that actually influence both short-term and long-term policies and well-being of the people in the countries. We all know that we have democracies across the borders. It is much better in terms of cooperation, in terms of goodwill for people. Unfortunately, we have a lot of strange situations where in the same camp, people play differently. I will start a little bit broader by saying that, for example, in European Union, we have situation with Hungary, which is, also proves that it goes, that lives in a sphere according to European values, but still tries to maintain this authoritarianship and cooperates with Russia. Same situation is with Turkey. Turkey is in NATO, but still, we see very and location is also it's in Europe. I mean, basically, but still we see this wicked authoritarian approaches in managing the country. Maintaining human rights record, or should I say, violating human rights record. And situation is growingly concerning, and it's not only happened overnight. Different people use geopolitical situation to their advantages. Rather than, if we talk about situation with the war going on right now between Russia and Ukraine, where Russia is invading, general understanding it's to stop the war. But then we also have some people who is trying to take advantage of this. And as you rightfully said, Turkey, for example, is taking advantage of the situation and just copycats Russia's approach. And creates troubles for alternative opinion inside the country. So, I mean, rolling back a little bit in the background, we remember statements made by U.S. Congress in 2021. I think there was a Congressman Sarbanes who made a statement on behalf of other Congress people to Blinken about necessity of doing something about human rights violations in Turkey. But there were certain statements by the president's office, but how effective they are if we see still violation of human rights. Situation is concerning in this particular moment. People might be suffering. Like we're talking today about situation with folks from Turkmenistan who laid their let's say naive hopes maybe with Turkey as being more democratic country to shelter them, to provide political asylum, but what are they getting in the real sense? What they expect to see, but what they're getting is a different situation. And it's concerning is because not just because they are threatened, It's concerning because they are getting arrested by authorities. They are getting into prisons, and from there we see situations where we lose track of them. They disappear, and nobody knows what happens to them. So I think we as a civil society, we have a power, energy, and desire to actually influence the situation. The worst nightmare for the dictators, it's publicity, it's transparency. They want to do these bad things in the darkness. What we can do is we can use our strongest weapon, is to actually make as public as possible situations about human rights violations, abductions, and other horrible things that people do against their fellow people. I fully support, and I call also on my fellows from Kazakhstan, from other Central Asian states, to join their forces and to start protesting. We should support each other. You know, I mean, this is, we should also start thinking, not just, let's wait for Ukraine to beat Russia, and then we will all be happily, building our societies. I don't think it's going to be the case. Nobody is going to help better than you can actually help yourself. And in this situation, we Central Asian countries, it's over, if we join forces, I mean, Uzbekistan only can, have 60 million people, Kazakhstan 20 million people. I mean, it's like easily over hundreds of millions of people can join their forces together and strive for their independence. And these are the very important and key steps that needs to be done in empowering civil society and protecting each other. So we should not be silent. I fully support, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to be out there in the protest, and we are going to put our message out that we're people, we are concerned. We lend our hand to our fellows who are in a worse situation, wherever they are, hopefully safe. We'll see what happens. Small drop of water cracks the stone. So we just need to start. We can continuously debate about these issues, but once you put it out on the streets and you make a statement, you make a concern, people start thinking. And again, this is a powerful weapon that we have, is transparency. I invite everybody to take part seriously. We've been supporting a lot Ukraine action forces to lobby for funding of Ukraine, to basically to make them feel stronger, that they're not alone. And let's say other former Soviet republics are standing along with Ukraine. So we hope we can also enjoy the same support. And of course, we do invite Ukrainian activists, even Russian activists. I mean, we don't differentiate. We have an issue with Putin. We're not having an issue with ordinary people who suffer from the dictator in Russia. So we're welcoming everybody, pro-democratic forces to join efforts. Come along and speak up the issue. Same situations with Kazakhstan also. We'll come to that point, and you remember very well that human rights were violated when the people were shot on the streets. It's not forgotten, of course, and we will still hold responsible people who did that. And again, one by one, we will support each other, and we will resolve these issues. So I guess that's a little bit from my side, and yeah, that's.
That was very informative, Nurul. Thank you so much. That was actually more than I could have said. I would like to add here that we not only have supported the Ukrainian activists or Ukrainian cause against the fascists, the war criminals, but we also have taken part in the Iranian protests against the haram mullahs, against even Hamas. What took place on the 7th of October is something that no Muslim will support if he really is a Muslim. Islam does not stand for butchering people, raping them, kidnapping them, none of that. Same thing happened in Ukraine. I mean, basically, that's the same signature that Russia used in Ukraine.
Yeah.
You can actually see the connection right there. And, all of these evildoers, the coined terminology for them is actually just fitting, because they really are, all of them, creating the world chaos, wars, murderings, killings, kidnappings. It's just, you name it. There's no other, the list goes on and on, basically. And we're all suppressed by it. Not, they say first they come for your neighbor, then they come for you. You cannot stay on the side. You have to choose the sides.
Yep.
You have to be here or there. You cannot be neutral. I agree with you that our voice is the strongest tool on this. And if we put it properly and if we use it timely and if we make ourselves heard, I think we can get through. United Nations and these kind of organizations that are becoming the tools of the evil countries, evil like Russia, evil like Iran. Why are they in the Security Council? These are the dictators. These are the regimes that have been instigating the wars, the chaos in the world, the killings, the murderings, slaughters. These are the regimes.